Hi everyone, I'm Ghost Masala and welcome back to another video. And today's video will be my top 10 favourite active players, so players who are playing at the moment. I've gone for that just because there's not a lot of retired players who are generally liked anyway, so I thought why not just make the whole list players who are playing now. And this is my favourite player list, so it's going to be a bit random to be honest. So just be aware that that is the case. It's not really based on quality, it's based on players who I enjoy watching play and just other random reasons like that. Also, thanks to JFG17 for the video idea. I think that's the number at the end of the username. So at number 10 we have the not Real Madrid player anymore, Juventus player Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo has a lot of fans, and of course, I was very pleased in 2010 when or 2009 when he moved to Real Madrid, because I'm a Man City fan, so of course I'm not a big fan of Man United. So yeah, it was very nice when he moved to Real Madrid, and I could actually start liking him as a player because he is such a good player. Of course, I definitely prefer Ronaldo to Messi because I always preferred Real Madrid anyway. And Ronaldo just works so hard in general. With Messi, he's just, it would be hard to get to his level, but with Ronaldo, you know, he's worked really hard to get as good as he is, and his goal scoring record is absolutely amazing. And yeah, he can seem a bit arrogant at times, but he's definitely a world-class player, and it's probably one of the best of all time. And at number 9 we have whenever you start a career mode in any game of FIFA, you're going to get attached to a certain player, and for me this player was the Venezuelan SALOMON Rondón. In FIFA 15 I did a career mode with Venezuela, trying to get them to the World Cup. It didn't make it to the World Cup, but it was fun playing with the random players who I'd never heard of before, one of them being Rondón, who was a star player, and then of course he moved to the Premier League, which was great. And great seeing him, you know, being in career mode, but I didn't know who he played for, and then he moved to the Premier League, and then I could actually start to watch him play and see what he's like. Unfortunately, he wasn't that good of a player, but hopefully he does well at Newcastle with Yoshinori Muto, and that will be very good. He is definitely a good striker, even if he did get relegated last season. In number 8 we have Shinji Kagawa, one of a great Dortmund team at the time in, I think, maybe 2014-15 or 15-16. The Dortmund midfield at that time was absolutely amazing, and they should have done better in the league than they did, but it was one of the best midfields in world football and attack as well. So of course you had Kagawa, you had Mkhitaryan, who would be on this list if he hadn't moved to Man United and then Arsenal. You had Royce, and then you had another midfielder who was later on in the list, and you had a striker who's later on in the list, and it was just such a good team. And Kagawa and another player later on in the list is why I decided to do Road to Hokkaido, which is my Japanese Road to Glory. Check that out if you haven't seen that. It's like a FIFA series where I can only use Japanese players, and of course Kagawa and another player inspired me to do that series, which was very fun. So of course Kagawa is on the list, even if he isn't that good now, but he can occasionally pull out bits of quality which are very, very good. Out to number 7 we have Man City winger Raheem Sterling. Of course I'm a Man City fan, so there's got to be some Man City players on the list, and one of them is Raheem Sterling. I've just realised what I've done with the Man City players, but it's all fine, it's all fine. And Raheem Sterling, at the time I thought he was a waste of money from Liverpool when Man City bought him from Liverpool, but he soon proved me wrong and became one of my favourite players. I think that he gets way too much criticism, all of it undeserved. He's a great player, and again, he's like Ronaldo. He doesn't have an excess of natural talent, but he works really hard on the pitch to make it happen. And he does need to improve his finishing, but he's still only 23, 24 this year, so he's still got a lot of time to do that and to become even better. And I hope he does stay at City, because he is one of my favourite players. And yeah, I don't know, he just works really hard, so that's why he's on the list. And yeah, next we have another City player, but he used to be a Dortmund player in the team with Kagawa, and he was one of my favourite players back then. So when he moved to City, I was very, very, very pleased, and that is ILKAY Gündogan. Of course, he is a very, very good player, He's very underrated too. When he's at his best, he is very good at just all round everything. He's not that good at defending, but he can just pick a pass really well. He's got skills, he can shoot, he can do all sorts of stuff all around the midfield. Shame he's been injured for a long period of time. If he hadn't been injured, he would be even better. So, I mean, if he hadn't got injured, I think he would be better than De Bruyne, honestly, just because he is that good in my opinion. And he should have started for Germany at the World Cup, and I think that would have helped them so much in midfield creativity that they really did lack at the World Cup. But yeah, so he's a very good player, definitely underrated. And yeah, so at number 5, I said I messed it up with all the Man City players, and we have another Man City player here, the captain, but he is the last Man City player on the list, the captain, Vincent Kompany. Vincent is, of course, been at the club for such a long time, since 2008 when he moved from Hamburg. And of course, if you're at a club for that long, you're obviously going to make an impression on the club's fans. Well, I am one of them. And of course, he's been the captain for such a long time too. Been a solid centre back. Unfortunately, injuries have hindered him again, like Gundogan. Again, I think he would be one of the best in the world if he hadn't have gotten injured so much. Defence looks so much better with him. Without him, the defence just looks absolutely broken. Still, even now he's 32, the defence still looks absolutely destroyed when he's not in there. So yeah, he's been crucial to Man City for such a long time. I couldn't not put him in the list. And here we get to the slightly stranger choices for me. And at number 4 we have the German left back Plattenhardt, and this guy is the reason why Germany didn't qualify for the World Cup. Germany did not play him in their last 2 games, and that's why they went out. For example, in their last 2 games didn't play, and they only slightly won against Sweden, and they lost against South Korea. Now some might say that it might be Boateng getting sent off which ruined Germany. It might have been Neuer playing in midfield. It might have been the fact that all the strikers were off form, but no, it was Plattenhardt. He wasn't selected for the next games. Also, he's good at free kicks, and I like free kick takers, as we'll see with our next pick. But yeah, I know this is a bit weird, but I just liked him on FIFA, so yeah. Most of these players I've played with a lot on FIFA. At number 3 we have Hakan Çalhanoğlu, and as I said about free kick takers, we have a brilliant one here. Not so good anymore, but he used to be one of the best free kick takers in the world. Google Hakan Çalhanoğlu free kicks if you haven't seen his free kicks before. The one where he was at Hamburg is especially good, one of the best free kicks of all time. Probably my second favourite free kick of all time, behind another free kick specialist. And yeah, but it's not his free kicks that made me like Çalhanoğlu, it's his FIFA card in FIFA 17. Now, while I converted this card up to striker, and it was phenomenal, best card ever played with. Even though it was an 81 unboosted Scream Team item, it was just amazing. He would score almost every game, and for some reason he was just one of the best cards. You just threw ball it to Çalhanoğlu, you put it finesse top corner, and then he'd just do a floor run, and then game over for the opponent. Yeah, quite a lot of these players are my favourites because of FIFA, but there we go. He's a very good player in real life too, for AC Milan. And in second we have Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Used to be my favourite player of all time before he moved to Arsenal, which was very unfortunate. And then my number 1 spot overtook him. But Aubameyang was absolutely amazing for me. His 79 right mid card in FIFA 15 was brilliant. Scored 7 goals in 1 game, and then he started doing well in real life. So it's like, wow, I've got him on FIFA and he's good, and now he's doing well in real life, because I used to watch the Bundesliga highlights compilation. So it's just like, well, this is very cool. It was almost felt to me as though I'd found a player on FIFA and then they started doing well in real life, which was very it felt very good. And of course it made me like Aubameyang even more, and he's just so fast and such a clinical finisher. I hope he can do that in the Premier League this season. I'm glad he's in the Premier League at least, even if he is playing for Arsenal. I'd trade him for Aguero at Man City, to be honest. I feel like he'd be better than Aguero. I think he is better than Aguero. Well, he was at Dortmund anyway, so really hoping he can do well. And at number 1, you'll probably know this if you are subscribed to the channel, but it's KEISUKE Honda, and what can I say? He took my favourite free kick of all time, Google Honda 2010 free kick if you want to see that free kick, and then yeah, he just became my favourite, not my favourite player of all time until quite recently when Aubameyang moved to Arsenal, but yeah, he's definitely one of my favourites, and he's, yeah, but I'll leave a card in the description, which is what happened to a video, which is what happened to KEISUKE Honda, where I go through what happened to him and where he went. So yeah, and thank you for watching. Slightly different video, not sure if this one will do too well, but if you enjoyed it, leave a like and comment that you enjoyed it, I guess. But yeah, thanks, and I'll see you next time.